This episode is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby gives you focus and energy without the crash and jitters. It has no sugar, fillers, or artificial dyes. Mix one packet or scoop into 8 or 12 ounces of water. Stir or shake well. Some powderiness is normal, and it has all the important vitamins. So this has vitamin C, B3, B6, and B12. And it's made from coffee fruit extract. So drink it and go conquer a task. And go to debbie.gg and use my promo code Angry Blerd 10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's debbie.gg with promo code Angry Blerd 10. Yo, it's your boy Burnard, aka the Scarlet Spider, and welcome to this week's episode of the Angry Blerd podcast, where I will be talking about all the nerdy news that has caught my eye this week. So, back when Samir was doing the podcast with me, he decided to post a piece of fake news. Well, that was fake at the time. Where are my glasses? Oh, here we go. And that was Keanu Reeves being cast as Shadow before Sonic 3 had even began production. But he has officially joined the cast as Shadow the Hedgehog. So that was actually a piece of news that came out on the last day of CinemaCon when they showed footage of Sonic 3. And it showed that Dr. Robotnik was depressed and out of shape after the events of Sonic 2, but gets his groove back thanks to... Wait, that makes no sense. He didn't create Shadow the Hedgehog because he was at the end of Sonic 2. Whatever. Maybe he took like the template from that clone, but whatever. So that was a bit of good news that, came out for Sonic. And don't forget, Sonic 3 will be coming out December 20th. Also, Idris Elba Says Sonic 3 is for the Real Diehard Sonic fans. And he was doing promotion for Knuckles, which comes out next week, which I will be reviewing. He said that it promises a deeper dive into the Sonic universe. And he said, it's obviously you're going to see Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails team up to stop Robotnik and possibly face Shadow. And he said there are plenty of Easter eggs for diehard Sonic fans in the movie. And he praised Jim Carrey's performance as Robotnik. So we don't necessarily know what the plot is going to be just yet. I mean, hopefully we'll get a teaser trailer soon. It's April. Movie comes out in December. We're not even halfway done through the year. I predict maybe we'll get it at the end of summer. So hopefully we get that soon because Shadow is here. Maybe they'll give him a gun. Maybe not. That's a deep cut if you played Shadow the Hedgehog. He had a gun or a motorcycle. That might be the name of the episode. He had a gun and a motorcycle. All right, so for those of you who are fans of Invincible, we got some good news. So, Skybound Entertainment, which is a subsidiary of Image Comics, which is the company that is owned by Robert Kirkman. So, they plan on making an Invincible AAA game. And you can actually crowdfund this. I'll actually post the link in the episode description if you want to be a backer of this. So, the highlights are a AAA game studio with industry vets from EA, Activision Blizzard, and AMZ Games. 30 plus employees developing our first in-house AAA game based off Invincible. Invincible games from us. Fortnite, Guarding the Globe, which is the Ubisoft mobile game, I believe. And the Adam Eve game. Skybound previously raised $18 million on Republic /Cedars from 6,000 people. 90 million fans globally. Partners include Netflix, Amazon, Universal, Epic Games. Video game industry expected to reach 282 billion plus in 2024 and grow at 8.7%. All right, so here's their pitch. They said most crowdfunded video games are centered around indie games, and retail investors rarely have the opportunity to get in on the ground floor of AAA game publishers. Skybound is developing a highly produced, high-octane bloodbath that is anything but indie. Our bona fide global hit IP, Invincible, is at the center, and we've handpicked our team consisting of more than 30 gaming industry veterans to make it happen. We have successfully raised $18 million from everyday investors and fans via Republic/Cedars, and are inviting you to join us once again. What do you say? Guts, gore, and potential investor glory? I'm not sure how I feel about crowdfunding as far as games goes, but if they can make it work, they can make it work. I might, you know, give them like $20, but they have been doing a lot of like crowdfunding stuff outside of the video game. So like they did like the artwork for Invincible Season 1. They've released the new edition trade paperback for the comic. They've done shirts, tabletop games, custom Funkos. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is something I can get behind. I like Invincible. I've slowly been buying the trades. So you need $100 minimum investment, but also in this announcement, they also confirmed that it was renewed for seasons 4 and 5 already. At the time of this recording, you have 9 days left to invest. I'm recording this on 4/20, so you have until the 29th to invest. They've raised $505,463 at the moment. So, yeah, if you want to get on the ground floor of this, go for it. Like I said, sometimes investing is very tricky. Like I invested in the Legend of the White Dragon movie. That's the Jason David Frank film that's supposed to be coming out hopefully next year. It was supposed to come out this year around the time of his 50th birthday, but they postponed that because they got more money to polish the film more. So if you want to invest, like I said, the link will be in the description. All right. So something we all know I am not a fan of. The hell was that? Um, Something we all know that I am not a fan of, and that's binge dropping. The co-creator of Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, Ben David Grabinski, agrees with me. And he was basically saying that binge drops are the dumbest shit ever. He basically just shot on Netflix's whole model. And that's because of the weekly acclaim that X-Men 97 is getting. He's like, yo, releasing an entire season is the dumbest shit ever. There's literally no upside to the model. Imagine if the whole season of X-Men 97 was out. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. The binge model just doesn't work for me. And that's mainly because I like to savor my stuff. Great, this guy's doing fucking work. Please pardon the noise. The guy who lives above me is working on his fucking condo. And what was I? Yeah, binging. So I feel like once like stuff is binged, it's just like, you know, a flambe. You gotta eat it while it's hot, and then you're just left with an empty plate. And no one's gonna be talking about it. Like Scott Pilgrim came out like late last year. Came and went. Fallout came out like a week ago. Like nobody's talking about it besides the fact that it got renewed. Um, so it's just like, yeah, this is what happens when you start to just go with the binge models. Like the same thing happened with Echo. Like I said, Fallout was a more recent binge from another streaming service. I can't think of anything that was on Max or Prime outside of Fallout that was a binge drop. Disney Plus, the last one they did was Echo. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a fan of binge drops, and Netflix is slowly starting to work their way in. Well, is not necessarily scripted programming, but they're going to have Raw next week, and that's going to be a weekly thing because that's a live show, and you just can't binge drop a 52 week um, wrestling saga series. I don't know what the hell live action sports event. All right. And speaking of streaming services, Disney Plus is going to start adding channels to the streaming platform, which is basically going to be like cable in the sorts of ways. So I don't know if you guys have I think the only other streaming platform to do something like this is Paramount Plus. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to have separate channels for different types of content. So this is likely going to be like a Marvel channel, a Star Wars channel, maybe like a Pixar channel, a Disney channel. The channels are going to basically run 24/7 and will include content curated by Disney. So if like you don't necessarily, I feel like this is going to be like popular for people who just need like background noise and don't necessarily want to go to like a TV show or something like that. Like, let's say, I'm working, but I can't work in silence. So I need like something playing in the background. Like, I don't want to go and start 2017's DuckTales because that's a show I actually like. And I don't want to, get distracted by it. So you just turn on the channel of like, I don't know, 90s Disney or the Disney Saturday afternoon channel. They don't have any channel listings named just yet. So this will probably show like the old classic DuckTales, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, which everything that was on that Saturday afternoon block when we were kids. So I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I mean, like I said, the only one that I know for a fact that has channels is Paramount Plus, and I don't use that shit. Like when I go to a streaming service, I'm going to specifically watch something on that streaming service. I don't want like shout out to Jared. Jared, he's a fan of the challenge, the real world road rules competition show. So he'll go to like the challenge channel on Paramount Plus when he just wants something in the background. That's not for me. Not a fan of it, but hey, to each his own. Whatever. All right. Superman news. So we got an update on James Gunn's 2025 Superman film, and we have got the casting of Ma and Pa Kent. So never, Neva, Neva Howell will be playing Martha Kent, and Superman. I'm going to her filmography because I don't think I've seen her in any films. According to Google, does she not have a Wikipedia? She was in October Sky, Logan Lucky, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, A Wimp Will Rise, My Fellow Americans Run the Race. So it looks like the only thing I might have seen her in is October Sky. Did she play the teacher who ended up dying from cancer? So yeah, I'm looking at her filmography right now, and there is nothing I've seen with her in besides October Sky. And she was not the teacher. She played the neighbor, so she did not have a large role in that. But yeah, so she will be playing Martha Kent, and Jonathan Kent will be played by Pruitt Taylor Vince, who I've never heard of before. Let me see if I've seen this guy in anything. Pruitt Taylor Vince, 63 years old, born in 1960, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm going to his filmography right now. Apparently, he was in JFK. Didn't see JFK. He was in City Slickers 2. I saw that. Different Nobody's Fool. I didn't see that one. He was in Dr. Dolittle with Eddie Murphy. Saw that. He was in The Cell with Jennifer Lopez. I regret watching that movie. Not because of him, but just, okay. Apparently, he was also in Constantine. So I've seen him in a few things. Let's see what TV's done that I've seen him in. Oh, he was on The Cape. Oh, he played Goggles. Okay. I vaguely recall Goggles. Okay, and he was also on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I've seen him around. So he will be playing Jonathan Kent. So my question is, are we going to go with the new 52 version of Superman where both his parents die? Or are we just going to do the same thing we do in every single Superman movie? Kill Jonathan Kent off. Like, I would like for a Superman film to have both his parents in it. Like, even like, I think the only thing that had both Jonathan and Martha Kent in it till the end of it was Lois and Clark. And, you know, Dean Cain just kind of ruined the legacy of that show with his antics. But, um, so I can't wait until we get a trailer for that, sometime later on. Probably the end of the year. I don't know. I just know pre-production is still going on, so he hasn't started filming nothing. But are y'all excited for Superman from James Gunn? Because apparently David Cornsweet is out here looking like a Henry Cavill clone now. He done got like super ripped and everything. He's probably on that weird Zac Efron diet, which is like basically 0% carbs, and just gonna have like no body fat. But I don't know. Take-Two, the company behind Grand Theft Auto, has gotten in some trouble, basically. So they've canceled a bunch of games and laid off about 5% of their staff, which is roughly 600 employees. They actually started a cost reduction program. They said it wouldn't include layoffs, but they revealed that it would be cutting its workforce by approximately 5% throughout the year. The company also said it would be canceling some unspecified projects as part of cost reductions. According to a filing with the United States SEC, the Take-Two board of directors has just approved this cost reduction plan. The plan will focus on eliminating several projects in development and streamlining its organizational structure, which will eliminate headcount and reduce future hiring needs. And they said that enacting the plan will cost around 160 to 200 million, but costs relating to title cancellations, employee severance, and reductions in the company's office space. And the plan is expected to affect around 5% of Take-Two's workforce, which is approximately 600 employees. They haven't said what departments of subsidiaries would be affected by the layoffs or the project cancellations. But just so you know, they did just buy Gearbox, who was the developer of Borderlands from the Embracer Group. And just so you know, the CEO of Take-Two and the president, Strauss Zelnick and Carl Sladoff, sold a significant amount of their stock on April 12th. And they roughly sold about $13 million worth of Take-Two stock at the end of last week. So, I mean, I don't really know how many games Take-Two develops outside of Grand Theft Auto. Let's look this up real quick. Take-Two Interactive. All right. Okay, so they actually own 2K games, Private Division, which I don't know anything about, Rockstar, T2 Mobile Games, and Zynga. They actually bought Zynga. Okay. Zynga is the company that does like all the mobile games and crap. Uh, okay, and the developers, they own 2K, Ghost Story, Private Division, Rockstar, Zynga. Wait, do they not own 2K anymore? Oh, okay, they don't own 2K China, Czech, Marin. Okay. So there's a few that they don't own anymore. But I mean, I don't know what they plan on doing with the rest of the properties. And I need to know like what games they plan on scrapping. Like I said, I don't really play that many games developed by Take-Two or like their subsidiaries. Like 2K, I just got into WWE 2K after not playing it since like 2019. Rockstar is freaking Grand Theft Auto, which I might be out of, and Red Dead Redemption, which I never even started because the gameplay was just it was. I didn't expect it to be like Grand Theft Auto. I expected the controls to be somewhat similar to Grand Theft Auto because I've been familiar with those since the PS freaking 2, and it was so different. I just never played it, so it's just been sitting in the game case collecting dust. But hey, man, everybody's starting to cancel video games and movies for tax breaks. So what are you gonna do, right? All right. So a rising star in Hollywood, who most of us have, most of us were introduced to her in Avengers: Infinity War. Unless you like watch like Disney, and that's Ariana Greenblatt. I keep on. I didn't watch a Bad Mom's Christmas. Um, she has joined the cast of Now You See Me 3. So this was actually, I think they announced like the sequel like a long time ago. Let me see when they announced. So they announced the sequel in 2015. When the hell did the second one come out? Now You See Me 2 came out in 2016. And apparently Benedict Cumberbatch is also supposed to be in this. So don't even know if he's going to actually be in it because of scheduling conflicts. I mean, the movie was announced almost a decade ago. But yeah, so they announced that Ariana Greenblatt, Dominic Sessa, and Justice Smith would be in the film, joining Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Elsa Fisher, who's coming back because she wasn't in the second one. I believe she was pregnant at the time, so they replaced her with Lizzie Kaplan, James Franco, and Mark Ruffalo. So hopefully this is good. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if I've ever seen Dominic Sessa in anything. No, I haven't. I didn't see the Holdovers, which won a lot of Emmys. I mean, not Emmys, Oscars, and he's in something called Toe. So he's only got two things on his filmography. But yeah, congratulations to Ariana Greenblatt, Dominic Sessa, and Justice Smith. But yeah, so like I was saying, she played young Gamora and she was in Barbie, so she got like a lot of acclaim for that. She's going to be in Borderlands as well. And then apparently she was also in the movie that nobody saw in 2023, 65 with Adam Driver. Yeah, that movie ain't made no money. All right. What is my next story? Next story. So, little small story. I got very excited about it because I watched the show last year. Was that last year? 2 years ago? Whenever the hell it started. But anyway, so season 2 of Peacemaker is underway. This actually got posted by James Gunn literally like last Sunday. So he posted a photo of the back of Peacemaker's helmet that just simply said Day 1, Season 2. So that hopefully means we will get Peacemaker next year or the end of this year. I'm trying to remember how many episodes were in season 1. Was it 8? Let's go to wikipedia.com real quick. Yeah, 2 years ago, 2022. All right, yeah, 8 episodes. So maybe season 2 is going to be 8 episodes as well. So there's that. Speaking of second seasons, I kind of let it slip earlier, but Fallout got renewed for a second season. I did not review it because I did not watch it. Just yet. Wrestling is taking over my life, people. So I'm behind on a lot of stuff. Like, I said I was gonna watch Ricky Stenicki like a few weeks ago. Told Loco about it from the Three Shades. He watched it. He kind of spoiled some stuff for me. So by the time you hear this, Loco, I will have watched Ricky Stenicki. And yo, man, he's air dicking it. That's all I can say. He's air dicking it. All right. So let's get into the review of this week's episode of X-Men 97, which was titled Lifedeath Part 2, directed by Chase Conley, and written by Charlie Feldman. All right. So Professor X is alive, and he's been healed by the Shi'ar, and he's on the homeworld Chandelier with Princess Alondra, who announced that they are to be wed. Deathbird, Leandra's sister, is unhappy with the announcement and invokes an ancient ritual to challenge the marriage. Deathbird says the only way that she will challenge the marriage is if um, Charles allows Lilandra to psychically wipe all his memories of Earth and the X-Men. And then there's a lot of conflict with this, and Charles decides to put everyone in psychic class, and he uses his telepathy to talk to the Shi'ar and tell them about coexistence. And then he gets hit with the psychic attack, which shows Gambit's skeleton, and he realizes, oh shit, Gambit's dead. I need to go back home. And like I said, this is Life Death Part 2, so this is picking up where Life Death Part 1 ended with Storm and Forge fighting the adversary, and somehow like Storm gets her confidence back, but she also grows her hair back in like a weird Sailor Moon type transformation. And so yeah, her and Forge see that Genosha was wiped out on TV. So this is very parallel to episode 5. All this is happening at the same time. So very good episode. I really wish like there would be a way for us to flesh out these 2-part stories a lot better so they can just be like one episode. Like I feel like Life Death Part 1 would have been better if this was just like a whole episode combined with Life Death Part 2. And like you could have stretched out the whole Charles Xavier on Chandelier situation. Oh, we got a cameo from Vulcan. So for those of you who don't know, if you go back and watch the episode when Gladiator is with Deathbird and they're fucking up the Kree, and they keep making Ronan look like a bitch. I mean, Deathbird stuck her heel in his jaw, through his jaw. There's somebody in blue and red with the Shi'ar. That is Vulcan, and he is Cyclops and Havoc's youngest brother. Who, oh, just so y'all know, Charles Xavier is a piece of shit. Because in the comics, he sent them on a secret mission to go save the X-Men on Krakoa. And Vulcan's team got wiped out to the point where Charles basically made everyone forget that that team existed. So yeah, I stand on the fact that Charles Xavier is a piece of shit. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, I really wish Life Death would have been fleshed out to a longer episode. Motendo could have been a longer episode, and the opening of Life Death could have been a lot longer. So I really hope there aren't any more half episodes per se, because that's really my only nitpick with the show so far. And the simple fact that Charles only saw Gambit and not Magneto just proves the fact that Magneto is still alive with the Morlocks. I don't know. Maybe he like took them on the ground real quick, like before the Omega Sentinel, like, blasted them to quote unquote smithereens. Because, like I said, I don't think they're dead. So he saw his student, but he didn't see his best friend. That just proves that Gambit is still alive. So, how are the X-Men going to explain to everyone on Earth that, Professor X isn't dead? We just told y'all that, so I guess we can get a little bit of sympathy he'll still be in. Will Henry Guyver still be in prison because he did try to murder him? So would they like reduce his time as like an attempted murder, or what? So these are the questions I have to ask. Yeah, guys, that was it. I ain't really got no more talking to say. I pretty much covered all the news that happened this week that caught my eye. So, this is your boy Bernard, aka the Scarlet Spider, with another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go to w.gg, use the promo code AngryBlerd10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. Next week, I will be reviewing episode 7 of X-Men 97 and Abigail. That is the vampire movie that has Melissa Barrera from Scream 6 and 7 in it. what's the name of that motherfucker who played I want to say Kyle Durant. I'm looking it up real quick. Kevin Durant, Giancarlo Esposito, Angus Cloud, rest in peace, Fez. Matthew Good. I know Matthew Good from something. But yeah, vampire movie. So if you don't want to be spoiled on that, I will definitely hit y'all with the spoiler alert. So yeah, I will see y'all next week. Peace.